Thank you very much, Ambassador Agustino Palesi. Thank you for your time. Before we get right into our discussion, it's time for you to make a holiday wish for Ethiopians.
So, first of all, thank you very much for this opportunity that allow me to convey my warmest personal wishes for a happy Ethiopian New Year. Welcome Addis Summit, ለኢትዮጵያ one.
እናመሰግናለን. You know that today is Ethiopia New Year 2050, and how do you feel about the celebration of Ethiopia New Year? And do you really go to your friend's house or colleagues to celebrate?
I mean, let me say that today is my first occasion to attend the Ethiopian celebration, and I will spend with my Ethiopian friends New Year, because it's quite similar to the Italian New Year. I mean, we spend the New Year Eves with, family, parents, and some youngster is going to dance with other people to share their way of doing. So let me say that for me it's my first one, but I will spend with my Ethiopian friends.
What does Ethiopia and Italy have in common, or do they have something in common, the way how these two countries are celebrating the New Year?
ለረጅም ጊዜ ኢጣሊያ እና ኢትዮጵያ በጣም ተወዳጅነት አላቸው. So, I mean, we have many points in common. I mean, you have a long tradition, long history. Ethiopia is a pillar of the African continent, and it's very close to Italian. We were the first to open diplomatic relations with Ethiopia, and I think you have an incredible cultural heritage, and you are a cradle of humanity, and we have experience with people of your tradition and of your history, so there is a long-standing relationship between Ethiopia and Italy, and we hope we are going to continue to develop our cultural, political, and economic ties.
I know that you can speak very well. You can speak Amharic very well, and it tells me how close you are to our cultures and tradition too. Well, I can guess that you've been here 4 years, and how do you describe Ethiopia?
I mean, let me say that Ethiopia is a very interesting country. I mean, the nature, depth is incredible, is amazing, and I visit many sites all around Ethiopia. I would like to visit more, but it depends on the situation. I would like to visit Lalibela. I've never been there so far, but I was in many places all around Ethiopia, and they are amazing place, which I mean, historical one, and it means how our links are so deep. I was in Afar. I mean, Italian presence is in Afar as well. I was in many different regions, and all the regions were very interesting.
What country, Italy, is different from other countries of the world?
I mean, to talk about my country is difficult, because for each diplomat, his country is the best in the world. But let me say that we have an incredible story and tradition, and from the cultural point of view, from our cultural heritage, Italy is very well known all over the world. I mean, we are, the cradle of the cultural heritage, and I'm proud of this. So I just try to in some way to export our culture, our way of living, our style of living, that is, very well known all over the world.
You have a good command of Amharic language. What do you know about, or something from Amharic saying or proverb?
I mean, there is a nice proverb that I used to have, and is very, attached to Ethiopia. Kas bakas inkulal bagru yidal. So slowly you can get the results, but you have to get slowly and to be patient. So far, I manage this proverb. I know others, but I risk making mistakes, so it's better to stay to this proverb. But I could speak Amharic, ትንሽ እችላለሁ, so ችግር የለም.
That's great. You have earlier mentioned that Ethiopia and Italy has a long historical and cultural ties. And I want you to stress on those historical and cultural ties. How do you describe that relationship?
I mean, our long-standing relationship. First, because we learned from the past. We made some mistake, but without problem we admit. So now our relations are very good. I mean, from the political point of view, the cultural point of view, for us it's very simple to understand the way of thinking of Ethiopian. And for Ethiopian it's very simple to understand the way of thinking of Italians, because we are the first, as I said before, to have diplomatic relations. And I mean, here I feel myself NDB ውስጥ, you know, and እኔ NDB ውስጥ ይሰማኛል ዚም.
Well, I can guess that you have gone to some historical and cultural places, and I wonder if you tell us any place that really surprised you, and we want to know the reason too.
I was surprised about the depression that I saw in Afar, and it struck me how it's amazing the nature. I was even, you know, in other places not far from Addis as well, but I was struck by the nature. I would like to visit even, you know, holy places in Gondar and in other places, and when I will have the chance, even in other places like Aksum as well, I would like to visit when I will have the chance of visiting. Maybe not now, but in the next future, I hope. Cross the finger.
Yeah, you are the ambassador of Italy to Ethiopia. What special opportunity did you really get as the ambassador of Italy to Ethiopia?
Let me say, to be ambassador here is, I mean, an Italian ambassador in Ethiopia is a big responsibility because of, as I said before, our tradition, our culture ties, and our economic ties, and the political link that we have with all Ethiopia. So it's a big responsibility, and for me it's a big opportunity to challenge myself and, you know, to do my best to increase our relations that are so far so good, but I hope that we are going to improve as well in the next future.
Do you watch soccer?
I like soccer. I'm mad of Rome, my team. I'm from Rome. I was born in Rome. I studied in Rome. So, you know, and I follow here in Ethiopia the St. George team. I was in Adama to see the match. So I like very much the old soccer, even the Ethiopian soccer. I know some players, so, and you know, I follow the St. George because it's the color of my team. But I follow my team when I was younger. I used to play, used to go to stadium. I mean, for us, it's a part of culture, soccer.
What do Ethiopians learn from Italy and Italy learn from Ethiopia in return?
I think we learn from Ethiopia the resilience. You know, you are a resilient country, and they appreciate this because, I mean, with all the problems, you just try to overcome, to go ahead. I think the Ethiopian could learn from Italian that, as I said before, diversity is something that enrich people, not, you know, without making any difference. So through the differences, you could improve, not be against each other.
Finally, what general message do you have for Ethiopians?
I wish in 2015 of peace, of, you know, that everybody could stay with their family, to enjoy here and to improve every day. And, you know, I hope that Ethiopia will have a new opportunity to be in the place that it deserves.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Palezi.